What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Soccer Mom, chilling with my shorty, smoking 40s, doing what we do. There we go. Let's put that in there. Do you ever suck dick? Do you ever touch your toes?
As a man.
No, I don't want to be a bad bitch.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, sorry.
As a man.
Yes.
If there was another man that you were trying to get out of an area that they're not supposed to be in after your sister, mom, or whoever's told them to leave that area and that they occupy, right? Are you going to try to nitpick their brain and get inside their brain and ask them a whole bunch of questions and play mind games? Or are you going to tell them, get the fuck out because my mom told you to get the fuck out? She's been asking you to get the fuck out. You can either leave now or I'm going to make you leave.
Yeah, leave. Yeah,
you're not gonna have conversation, right?
No,
I'm asking them where they came from, what they're about, and none of that.
Who's
shit,
doing
right?
that? Is that something that you're?
I guess that's what men are supposed to do.
Men are supposed to use mind games.
Yeah.
To get people out of somewhere where they're not supposed to be. I'm confused
that's
now.
Bitch shit. Huh.
Sounds like it. Sounds like some whole ass shit. Yeah. That's right, man.
That's what I want to do. Some whole ass shit.
To who?
To the nigga that was in Nikki's house. Trying to ask him questions and shit. When I came in there, I'm like, hey, bro, my sister called. She said she's asked you to get out. You need to leave. That's what I came in there saying, right?
Right.
And then he's like, oh, she never said to leave. I'm like, yes, she did, because 2 days ago I was on the phone with her when she was cussing you out, telling you to leave.
Wow. Okay, so this happened recently.
Last night. And Vontae was, oh, bro, where you come from? Where you at? Da, 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 da. I'm like, fuck all that.
Why do you need to ask all those questions? I'm confused.
And then listen. Because Nikki needed to go to the store, so I took her to the store after the guy left, and Avante stayed there. And then when we came back, he goes, Nikki, don't ever let him in your house again. Don't ever do that again. And he's like, as a man, when I'm talking to another
Where's my
man,
signal getting
you
fucked
guys
up?
don't need to interrupt me. But mind you, every time we get in an argument or something, he wants to name call me out my name.
Same thing I kind of do, which I should.
Yeah, and the same thing when we were leaving Emma's and we're arguing in the car and shit like that. I don't have to do all that name calling.
Yo, what's good? Back again. Sorry, I had to stop the stream because my shit was fucking up.
You got viewers?
Yeah, I got my homie Acum the Catalyst in this bitch.
Hop on the game.
I don't think she plays games like. Oh, she does play games, but I don't know what she's trying to get on this one. Dang, why does my shit show that it's not online? Yeah.
It did say on YouTube you were online.
I know, it's saying I'm online. Hold on, let me go to my YouTube.
Let's see.
If I'm online, please say something in the chat. Please say something in the chat. This one. Dang, why does my shit show that it's
online? Yeah, you're lagging, but you're online.
Yeah, this is online. Oh, you like Party Animals? Oh, yeah. Oh, why was that game on sale? What the fuck?
Can you smoke on Instagram?
Yes, you can smoke on Instagram. You can smoke on Twitch. Shit. You can smoke wherever, cuz. Okay, you're online. Appreciate that. Woody woot woo. Okay. Hey, two chatters. Ah. It's not going to pay the bills, but it's going to get me a little exposure. Make sure you smash that like button if you can. Please and thank you. Hey, I did see Party Animals on sale though. I ain't gonna hold you. Party Animals was on sale. What is that game even about? I remember you mentioned it. I tried to look it up. Let's run it up, chat. Run what up? It's just you and you and the homie.
That's what I said.
We just smash that like button. Right. Smash that share button, but don't share to too many people because I'm not trying to get known like that. Just kidding.
Share to your friends, guys.
Share to everybody.
Oh, there's 3 people watching.
Yo, shout out to 3 people. I think one of them is me, probably. I don't know. I'm dead. My people. Yeah, let's play it by ear. Oh, let me see. I'm looking at Party Animals right now.
Is it like Animal Crossing?
No, it's not Animal Crossing.
Let me see. Cute boy Chisel looks to be in here with your ass. I wonder if he's cold.
Okay, I see it here. Party animals. I got a corgi on the cover. No, I didn't type the by ear part. That's that autocorrect. Let's play it, and then your AI overlord just said by ear. Oh, it's an always online game, physics-based party game. Oh, best game for a Saturday night with friends. Okay, let's see a little preview. The previews of it. Just pictures. Oh, it's like Gang Beast. It's kind of like Gang Beast. Okay. Okay, I fuck with it, but it's like little animals, stuffed animal things.
Let me see.
You've never played Gang Beast, you wouldn't know.
I never said I did or implied that I did.
So,
I just wanted to see what the game looked like.
Like, it got hella high ratings, though.
You're a nigga for sure.
I'll be down to play this with the viewers. Hold on, let me see. Let me look up a preview of the game. Go to YouTube real quick.
Is it on?
She wanna hang with a bad bitch.
Is it on the Switch?
I don't know. Party. Yeah, racing games and beating up animals. Ooh, that sounds fire.
Wait, you're beating animals up?
Yes, baby, in a video game. I must have watched this preview.
Sounds psychotic.
Nope, sounds chill, actually. She wanna hang with a bad bitch. She wanna hang with a bad bitch. Yeah. She wanna hang with a bad bitch. She wanna hang with a bad bitch. How am I dropping frames? Something's fucking with my network connection. I don't know what it is. Is it OBS? Oh, there's an update for OBS. Is there an update? Oh, let me see. No, it's up to date. So I don't know what's called. Yeah, it's saying drop frames. What the fuck? Why is it dropping frames?
Shit talking mushroom.
Damn.
Here.
Who's causing my frames to drop? I'm looking at it too. I'm like, damn. If it's super choppy, let me know. I don't know why it's dropping frames. It shouldn't be dropping frames, but somehow I think it is. Restart my TV. Oh, it's probably because of my fucking TV. That's what it was. Stupid ass TV. Okay, let me turn it off and on real quick because I just realized it was somehow updating behind the scenes. Well, then mysteriously when my TV stopped.
Chicken fajitas instead of chicken wraps for dinner.
Sure. Oh, I didn't show y'all what I'm watching actually. Can I show y'all what I'm watching? Let's see if I can add one. Browser. Just no, cancel. There we go. Existing browser. Oop, too many things up there. Too many things. Oh. What's this? Sorry, y'all just literally saw an email from the VA. It didn't have no incriminating information on it, but did y'all see my email? No, y'all didn't even see my email address. Okay, good. That could have been a disaster. That could have been a real disaster, y'all. Could have been a real disaster, but thank God. Thank God. Somebody's gonna replay that and go back and like, oh, what information can I cipher from this? Oh, his tracking number. Good thing it was already delivered. Nah, but you'll pick up that tracking number and you'll find my address though. And you could use that tracking number technically to find me. You could. I gotta delete this whole stream now. Fuck. I gotta delete this whole stream. Maybe nobody will rewind to that part. Fuck.
Did Sunshine said it'd be okay to see him tomorrow?
He said Sunday, so it's fine.
Okay.
Damn, y'all could literally find out where I am from my USPS tracking information. That's crazy. Fucked up.
But why would you put your tracking on there?
I wasn't trying to. I was trying to put the browser window of the one thing up, but it just moving too fast.
We're not saving this live.
Yeah, no, this ain't being saved at all.
Shit.
Okay. Alright. Now we can see this one. Alright, here we go. Here we go, gang. Here we go, gang. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let me know if you can feel the fire. Alright, let's see. Let's go back.
Party Animals, developer Recreate Games takes the goofy joy of floppy, physics-based multiplayer games like Fall Guys, Gang Beasts, and Human Fall Flat and puts its own spin on them. Instead of falling in with the rank and file, Party Animals pushes the genre forward thanks to thoughtful attention to detail, creative levels, and its engaging comedic showdowns, though it does stumble over its inflexible rules and local multiplayer mishaps. You'll control one of these adorable, clumsy animals with a powerful right hook as you join up to 7 other players in punching, drop-kicking, and headbutting your way to victory in a variety of challenges. Their wobbly animations cause a sticky, moving through molasses-like feel to the controls that might be a turnoff at first, but after a few rounds
This is literally Gang Beast.
Doing just about anything in Party Animals has a short wind-up, but the delay eventually becomes satisfying as you watch your party animal launch itself into motion. It feels intentional and contributes to Party Animals' overall loose sense of combative chaos. Attacks all have a similarly long wind-up that contributes to the ragdoll-like feel of your chosen combatant. But when a blow connects, it feels less like a plush punch from a ragdoll and more like a powerful pound from a heavyweight boxer. Time even temporarily slows down to really emphasize the impact of a particularly potent attack before your cute little guy goes flying. With 3 modes, each with its own set of maps, there's a lot to sink your teeth into here. The main one is Last Stand, which distills Party Animals to its purest, most chaotic form. Each one of the 9 maps feels small, but perfectly sized to house 8-player every animal for themselves bedlam. They all present you with distinct, clever environmental challenges to overcome and or throw your opponent into, like this cracking ice float. You won't just throw hands in Party Animals either. Giant lollipops, crossbows, tasers, nunchucks, and toilet plungers, among others, rain down from the sky to help whichever lucky animal picks them up wreak even more havoc. My favorites are the bomb, which might as well be ripped straight out of a Looney Tunes cartoon, and the nunchucks, which are a chaotic pickup that deal heavy damage very quickly, but might also smack you in the face. As players get whittled away, things start to slow down, but most of Last Stand's maps ensure that rounds never drag on much longer than 3 or 4 minutes on average. Every map becomes more difficult to survive as time stretches on, like in this giant wind tunnel level, where the levers you use to defend yourself from gale force winds snap right off, leaving you to get swept into the turbines like a B-list Bond villain. True, it's a drag to be KO'd early and have to spectate until the next match, but you can fling increasingly powerful items like fish, banana peels, and bombs onto the battlefield after getting knocked out. This will keep everyone engaged even after the earliest of knockouts. The second mode, Team Score, splits its 8 maps in half. 4 are variations on different sports like basketball, soccer, hockey, and American football. They're all fun party modes, but they're not really interesting or novel. The non-sports maps, on the other hand, all come with their own unique mechanics that run the gamut of playstyles. In one, you have to carry big chunks of coal to the front of a train to push your team's locomotive ahead of the other. They also allow you to sabotage your opponents, adding a welcome layer of chaos to the competition that keeps you from falling into a repetitive rut as you play the objective. Almost every single map introduces new ways to reward you for understanding Party Animals' floppy controls without ever leaving new or unskilled players in the dust. Finally, there's arcade mode, which is entertaining, but it's ultimately overshadowed by the other modes thanks to its relatively small list of just 2 maps. It's also very similar to Last Stand. The levels in both modes feature similar mechanics and design philosophies while avoiding the custom-built challenges and objectives found in Team Score. The only real difference is that arcade mode puts you into 2 teams of 4 with 10 lives shared between them. That similarity is a little disappointing, but arcade mode does have my favorite map in all of Party Animals, Final Destination, where you're fighting for control of a subway platform in a stage that looks straight out of the Matrix. Throwing your opponent down onto the tracks before a train comes is really fun and makes for some tense and comedic moments. It's so amusing, in fact, that it makes me wish I could play it more consistently or just in other modes. But because arcade mode only makes up 2 of the 20 total maps in Party Animals, the online matchmaking that seems to pull randomly from the overall pool causes it to come up a lot less often than Last Stand and Team Score. It would be nice if Party Animals included a playlist system that let players opt into whichever maps or modes they like the most. One thing that sets Party Animals apart from other similar games is that it supports up to 8 players, but that bigger scope can also kill a small party's vibe. While I spent the majority of my time playing in full lobbies, playing with smaller groups uncovered some confusing rigidity beneath the surface. Where other party games have dozens of options to customize rules like item spawn rate and score limits, Party Animals does not. It's missing the elasticity that makes a great party game replayable for years on end. This problem is at its worst in Team Score mode, where you can't modify even simple things like score limits. Playing with people who won't follow a map's specific objective, or just who don't know how to play Party Animals, will result in matches that drag on because each map and game mode is designed in very narrow ways that don't always accommodate doing something the developers didn't necessarily expect. Local multiplayer is similarly stymied by eyebrow-raising decisions. Mainly, you're forced into 4-way split screen. Not only did split screen cause frame rate slowdowns on my PC, but it also makes the camera much slower and feel less responsive. It seems like a fixed camera angle that shows the whole map would probably work better. I felt discouraged from playing with my roommates or inviting friends over to play a few rounds rather than just playing with them online. In 2023, it's frustratingly common for a party game to force local multiplayer into the back seat. Here, it's even hidden within the online multiplayer menu. These issues, though minor, point to where Party Animals need some post-launch love and care. I could very easily see a patch or update fixing a majority of them, and it seems like Recreate Games at least intends to support this fluffy mayhem for some time to come. For example, there's a full item shop where you can spend in-game currency, a progression system, and even a locker system that you might expect from a live service game. It's impossible to bring up Party Animals' item shop without gushing about the adorable cosmetics you can unlock. Almost every character has a variety of cute costumes. Many are cheeky nods to pop culture, like this aviator jacket you can unlock for the Goose. Others are just plain charming digs, like this outfit for the Tiger that makes him look like a champion fighter. They don't change gameplay whatsoever, they're just here to look cute. The version I played had everything unlocked for me already, but you'll need to earn in-game currencies to unlock this legally distinct Darth Vader lookalike costume for your angry duck. It's hard to say for sure ahead of launch, but between the Fortnite-like shop and the ways Party Animals' multiple currencies are displayed, I have a feeling you'll be able to buy in-game currency if you'd like to unlock a specific costume. You can also use this blind capsule machine to buy random items. That's largely par for the course in a modern multiplayer game, but at least here you do earn currency, skins, and opportunities to play the capsule machine as you play. With smooth online multiplayer, a handful of mostly distinct maps, and downright adorable characters, Party Animals delivers a fun party game that brings cuddly, chaotic fun where it counts the most. The intentionally wobbly controls take a moment to get used to, but once you do, it's wonderfully satisfying to land a punch and send another player flying into an environmental hazard for a KO. It does commit an all-too-common cardinal sin for contemporary multiplayer games in making local play less enjoyable than going online, but all 3 main modes are still a good time, especially in a full lobby of 8 players. For more, check out our reviews of Moving Out 2 and Pikmin 4, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
Fuck IGN. Alright, let's see. Something. Let me move this back over here a little bit. Let's search Gang Beast versus Party. Yeah, let's see the difference.
Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're gonna decide if Gang Beasts
there's no race
or
mode in this
Party
game.
Animals is the better game.
Straight.
Now most of this is gonna be my opinion, so take it with how you will. But I've played a little bit of Party Animals, I've played a lot of Gang Beasts in the past. I haven't been playing recently, but I can say almost with 100% certainty that Gang Beast is not quite as good as Party Animals. I'm not saying because the graphics are a part of it, but it's not the main thing. I would say that the main thing is the fact that Party Animals is not only does it look better, I guess I could say that the controls are a little bit better. It's you get to run and punch, you have a running jump kick. It's a lot of stuff from Gang Beast. I would say the Gang Beast climbing is a lot better, Party Animals climbing, but Party Animals, I mean, the animals are just so fluffy and cute, and there's an item shop where you make them look cooler, which Gang Beast doesn't have that. I know they give it all for free, but like every Gang Beast character looks basically the same with costumes, but with this, it's different animals with costumes, so that's a big deal. A very, very big deal. Now, as I keep on talking, I'll show you that, the item shop is actually pretty cool. I mean, look at how different these costumes look. Look how some of them are not, but
Yeah,
look
they are
how
pretty
different a lot of
costumes.
them are. And you can keep getting more and more, and I know it does cost money and Gang Beast is free, but you can just see the difference between, like, this or just a regular skin, with with a cat with just a thing, or a whole different, kind of, I don't know, being or whatever. It's something that Gang Beast
the whips
doesn't
from
have. Like look at
Ori.
this. Look at how nice it looks compared to Gang Beast. The looks are really big, but of course they're not everything. And there's different game modes, and it's not like Gang Beast where you do melee. That's it. Melee, it's always gonna be fighting on certain some maps. But this is like a different game mode.
Right.
You never know what you're gonna really get. You vote on it, and it's super interesting. And people die, and the holes and stuff. It's a fun time. And the running animation's so dumb, and you got the punches, and the drop kicks, the headbutts, you know what I mean? And the rolls. Like, come on, look at the rolls. The rolls are awesome. It's just pretty fun. So yeah, not only the mechanics are feel better, cleaner. You can move around the camera pretty freely. I don't even think you could do that on Gang Beast. And like I said, it just feels like it runs so much smoother. Someone can tell me if that's true or not, but to me, it runs like smooth, like butter, basically. I don't know what to say about it. And the one criticism I do have for Party Animals is it feels like people get knocked out way too fast. And I'm like saying like way too fast, because like you can basically one hit someone like with a normal punch, basically. And I mean that's kind of something right there. And you got your funny moments like this where the gummy bear gets stuck. That's kind of funny. And of course I died. That was something. Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the running punch is really powerful in this game, so I that's the only thing I really say is really bad about it. And the Y and A, Y being jump and A being drop kick is kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they have that. I'm pretty sure you could change it, but I just I never really had I don't know. I guess it's not that bad. I don't know. Anyway, I know this is kind of like you know what I mean? I just want to make this real quick because I just wanted to give my opinion, and I want to see what everyone else thought about this. So if you think
Not everybody else. Wait. Okay, let's see. Let's do it again. So clearly, Party Animals is the better one. That's what I'm putting up. Party Animals 2026. 2026 update. Wait, what is this? Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, I might have to get party animals now. I might have to get party animals. That might be my next purchase.
My teeth or wash my ass, but best believe I got that 6-star hash.
Soccer. Shakuna go! Damn, Shakuna go. That's the shit.
I woke up, didn't even brush my teeth or wash my ass, but best believe I got that 6-star hash.
Oh God. Shakuna go! Alright, let's do some dabs too.
Like, this is actually ridiculous.
Niggas said we using fine shit loosely. Is the fine shit in the video? I gotta send that to the game. I'll send that to you too since you're in there. That's what I was watching just now. I'll send it to whoever is in the stream. I'm just sending it to you right now. This is how I interact with my viewers. I send them reels. I send my viewers reels. Alright, let's damn, I kinda wanna see some more party animals. She's actually kinda fire. I couldn't hold y'all. Party animals, the new gang beast. Damn. Ooh, he threw Ori off the board, bro. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Man, he just throwing in bodies. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna cop. I didn't realize how
我队友
gas
卡在这下面了，我救他！哎，我救你！哎，哎，你别走！我操！
I like games like this because there's like nobody who can be OP. You just gotta learn the mechanics and then just like kind of like I gotta fuck with me on this game. Fuck with me. Just on sale, I swear I thought it was just on sale. I feel like it's gonna go on sale again.
No! No! Who did this? Who did... Stop! Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, there's soccer? There's soccer? Okay. The soccer looked kind of lame from the IGN review. It actually looks badass. What the fuck? That's crazy.
What?
Watch that.
I try not to sniff Carney.
Oh my god, wait. Do you want...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosie.
Oh, we're on that part. Dear Rosie.
Happy birthday to you.
我是小丑，我自己能进去吗？试试。哦，别！哎！
堵着他！
Crazy. It was such a vibe.
Oh my god, I grabbed the pole.
How the fuck? How in the fuck are you still alive?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
No way, did you drop the taser and then grab the thing?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
等一下，别打，别打，别打，别打，都别打，都别打，别打，你聋啊，你聋啊！等一下，等一下，等一下，别打！
别打，别打！
哦，干下面，我看炸弹能给炸死不能？哎，炸弹也炸不下去。
I need my chat to give me this game. Come on, damn.
Выходила, песню заводила про степного сизого орла.
Oh. 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 Come here. Come here. Oh my god.
漂亮漂亮，干嘛呢？干嘛？你们两个是干嘛？
来，再吸了一个，别打，先别打，你再拿一个吸住他。
不是你们仨在干嘛呀？
Wow, this is amazing.
Wow.
Oh wait, Weston.
Happy New Year!
大家别感冒，
身体健康，万事如意。
The hillside behind me used to be one of Western Washington's last remaining native woven forests. And now that it's been clear-cut, DNR has filed applications to spray it and 2,000 other acres like it with herbicides, including glyphosate. Glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup, and it is a known carcinogen. They want to use this toxic
That's good, man. Let's see this jar. Now let's go back to the game. Today, Mouse PI. Going to Mouse PI. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wish list this. I don't know wish list the right way I want to, just in case one of them builds this house in. Sometimes we put more together and sell. Oh, let's get nasty with it. She wanna hang with that man. She wanna hang with that man. Yeah. Oh. Alright, where we left off at. Ooh, that was hot. That was really hot. That was really hot. God damn, that was hot. That was too hot. I just burned my ass off. Let me start up my disorderly. So I can do this dab. She wanna hang with that bad bitch. She wanna hang with that bad bitch. Yeah. Okay.
Well, at least the framing's solid, all things considered. Let's get that picture for Tam. Well, hope she likes it. Hot, 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 hot. Oh. Almost there.
What's the difficulty?
So close and yet no cheese stick. A better end for a private
Leave the drama for the pros, eh? Just give me a second. There we go.
Thanks, pal. I almost got roasted back there.
It comes with the territory. You step on stage, you get roasted. Anyway, you saved my skin back there from those extras, so, quid pro quo.
Told you they weren't extras. These were real bad guys with real bad intentions. Now about Bandle.
Look, Detective, I'd love to help, but I don't know much. We mostly just knock back cold ones downtown. Besides, it's not like he hasn't gone off the grid before.
Not like this. Not mid-performance. Steve doesn't just vanish. He orchestrates it, turns it into a spectacle. This is different. I've known him a long time. We went through hell together. Back in the old world.
Wade. Damn! You're the Jack Pepper? The trench sweeper?
I'm touched, but let's not do the highlight reel now, okay? Look, you don't know where he is? Fine. But you gotta know something. Where he goes, what he's into lately.
Well, he's been keeping to himself mostly. Doubt he's ever brought anyone home from Tinsel's. But when he's had a few cold fondues, he gets into some real fringe esoteric crap. Even mentioned having a lab under his mansion, sworn to secrecy on it.
Secret lab, huh? Sounds like a long shot, but... You know where that mansion is?
Sorry, Detective, but he's been worryingly private. Selective about who gets close.
Yeah, figures. Thanks for the intel, stage designer.
Yeah, good luck. And bring Steve back.
I had my next stop lined up, but not a clue where it was.
Most cases, I like to stick and move, but today we're in a drama farm a little bit because the Epic Fortnite situation is way worse than we thought that it was. Players, you know, we get criticized all the time for being so simple, for stereotyping the games industry, for saying things like they're unoriginal, that they lack talent, that all they want to do is produce slop and unfinished games, that all they are is motivated by greed, and time again, those players are proven right. And now it's gotten to the point where it's downright hilarious because it's getting to be so on the nose. Following the layoffs over at Epic, many of their employees came forward with a lot of words to share, and they explained and described a company that, well, has their games that are failing and their management that's panicking. That they're actually explicitly telling their developers to chase every trend. And most of their games aren't even finished when they launch, if they launch, and that's because their management is pushing a launch it now, fix it later mentality. And now, being in the position the company is in, they are pinning their hopes and dreams onto the ass of Disney. Disney in 2026. Isn't that a thing? You know, is it just me, or does it feel like in almost every entertainment industry right now, or basically every industry, everything is just a last-ditch effort? This will surely be the thing that saves us, rather than themselves in a lot of these cases. Whether it's a lack of talent, care, or just an entire industry that has been taken over by the Peter principle, a bunch of people in positions that they just do not belong in. We are watching an industry that is throwing everything at the wall, and every time they do it, they dig their grave even deeper. So today, I want to talk about what employees of Epic had to say about their company. Why Disney is the worst choice that they could possibly ever make to latch themselves onto, and why it feels like every single entertainment company is in a spiral of desperation. But before that, a word from today's sponsor, Raycon. Mother's Day is coming up, and if your mom likes to stay active, Raycon's bone conduction headphones are actually a really good gift. I've been using these while I've been out walking around or going to the gym, and what makes these different is they sit outside of your ears instead of blocking them, so you can still hear music, a podcast, or a call, but you're not just shutting yourself off from everything around you. That's the part that I like the most. I can throw these things on while I'm moving around, and I'm still aware of traffic, people around me, whatever else is going on. It just feels a lot better than having your ears completely plugged all the time. They're lightweight, comfortable, they don't slip around, and they're actually built for day-to-day use. 13 hours of battery life, IP68 waterproof and dustproof, so sweat, rain, all of that, not going to be a problem. On top of that, comes in way more affordable than bigger audio brands. You're actually going to get something that is genuinely useful, high quality, without actually paying an insane price for it. I can easily see a lot of moms getting real used to using these for walks, workouts,
make sure Steve's all right,
or
okay?
outside during the day. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/legendary drops BC to get 15% off. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. Now, for those of you that did not watch my first video on this topic, Epic raised the price of V-Bucks, Fortnite's in-game currency. They claimed they needed the money to be able to help pay the bills. They even laid off 1,000 employees in an effort to find $500 million in cost savings. Tim Sweeney then explained it out, saying that, well, a lot of their recent games haven't worked out, development costs
Haven't seen
rising,
Steve in
and Fortnite
ages.
just wasn't
No
bringing
idea
the
where
same
he's
level
been
of
living
players
these days.
anymore. And I was
Best I
skeptical
just start
because
laying down the
$500
clues.
million is a lot of money, and a drop in Fortnite players alone is not going to be able to explain that all away. But now we are finally getting the fuller picture because
So?
employees
Did you
from
get me
inside
a
the
really
company have
glamorous
started
opera
talking.
pic?
In an article from Bloomberg written by
Yeah.
Cecilia
Just
J.
as the whole
Anastasio,
place went
titled
up in
Epic Games
flames.
pins Fortnite
What?
comeback on
Yeah, well,
Disney
there was this
partnership.
assassination
They first
attempt,
reiterate what
and,
a lot of us already
well,
know, while
anyway,
also
here.
noting that Epic
Should
has
be enough to
acknowledged
draw
its
your own
Fortnite-side
conclusions.
releases, Ballistic, Battle
It,
Stage, and Rocket Racing that have
looks,
all failed and will be going offline in October. Then
What?
they write,
Underwhelming?
"Other splashing new
Boring?
initiatives,
Out of
including
place?
Epic's mobile
Welcome
game
to
store
Hote
and
culture."
an effort to allow
No,
users
no,
to create
it's
their
just-
own games, also
that's
did
not
not
what
live
I-
up to internal expectations,
never mind.
according to 8
Thanks,
current and
Jack.
former
You're,
employees
as
that spoke
always,
to
the
Bloomberg.
best.
In chasing
Yeah, well,
popular
always
trends
happy to
or
disappoint,
business
kiddo.
wins, Epic regularly released products before employees felt that they would resonate with customers, said the people who asked not to be identified because they were not
Sup, Jack?
authorized to speak publicly. The company is pinning its resurgence on games it's been developing with the Walt Disney Company, which agreed to invest $1.5 billion in Epic just 2 years ago. Epic is on track to launch the first
don't
of
mind
these
me.
games in its new Disney
Just
partnership in
loitering
November.
professionally.
According to 4 current and former employees, it'll be a shooting game along the lines of Embark Studios' hit Arc Raiders, but with Disney characters battling enemies until they reach an extraction point. According to the people, so far, internal reviewers have expressed concerns that the game's mechanics are not very original, but some of the employees are optimistic that Epic will get it right by the launch date. The Disney deal will reap at least 2 more games. The
Yeah, I don't
earlier
know.
versions of the second title received middling internal reviews, according to 2 of the people. Resources for the third game were reallocated to the first 2 after
And give
reports
the
that
car a
Disney
proper
was
wash.
disappointed in
I'll
Epic's
be here
release
for a bit.
timeline.
Corny.
There
What's
has
he
to be
doing
some
here?
kind of brain-eating virus that's going around that only affects video game CEOs. It's exactly like I've said. There's not a single original idea that's left in this industry. These executives are all bots, every single one of them. Error, error, game failed to resonate, resources depleted, deploying copy-paste countermeasures, must make extraction shooter. Did you guys know that PlayStation is apparently working on yet another extraction shooter too? Yes, after the wild success of Marathon, they think the best move is to retool Fair Games, the would-be sequel to Concord, where the poor are stealing from the rich in a multi-billion-dollar corporate live service shooter with microtransactions,
Jack!
into yet another extraction
good to see you,
shooter.
buddy.
And now Epic is doing the exact same
What?
thing as
Oh,
everybody else,
well,
getting ready to push out
comes
their
with
own
the
version of
territory
Arc Raiders,
when
but
you're
with
chasing
Disney
high
characters.
on
Really,
office.
I'm sure this is going to work out.
Wow, that whole affair at the
all
opera was
partnerships you
most unfortunate.
Seriously?
It was
I mean,
ultimately
these guys have the
good
money,
for
but you're
business.
pinning your resources to
No
what I
kidding.
view as the
How
least
so?
relevant IP
Ah,
for anybody
you were
under
a
the age
real
of 40
wild
or
card, my
without a mental
boy.
disorder. Nearly
Quite
every
the
single franchise
performance
and piece of
is
media
over.
they have touched has been in the gutter for what
You put
feels
those
like over a
goons
decade.
right in the
They have
spotlight.
largely ruined
And
Star
now
Wars,
they're
post-Endgame
ducking for
Marvel fell
cover.
off of a cliff.
Good
Pixar
for me.
feels like it's all just
Great
filler
for the
content.
polls.
And then they, like
But,
every other creative industry, seem
what were you
completely
doing
allergic
there
to any
in the
originality, so they've
first
just been
place?
pumping out all
Chasing
these
a magician who
soulless, weird,
vanished off
message-heavy
script. exists.
live action
Boom,
versions
gone.
of classic
Not just
animated
any
movies
magician
that we all
either.
loved, all in
The
a bid to
magician.
destroy whatever credibility they
Steve
had
Bandel.
left. Disney is
What?
a dumpster fire.
Steve's
and you're
gone.
parking it next to
Like
your
a fart in the
landfill.
wind.
And, you know,
And
the best
now
part
I
about
am
all
stuck
this is that
following
the
a
people
trail of
inside the
stale
studio,
blue
the ones
cheese
actually
crumbs.
working on these games,
Most
they don't have
interesting.
faith in it. They're
So,
saying that the mechanics
what did you
don't feel
find?
original.
Not
and
much
the
so far,
internal
just running
response
down
has not
places
been
he might
very
have slipped
positive.
off to.
But
You got
do
any
think that's gonna
ideas?
stop these guys?
Oh,
No,
I know
of
Steve's
course it's
hangouts
not.
are
They've
all
made a
right.
commitment to
Of
Disney.
course
They've made
you
a
do.
commitment to their
Better yet,
shareholders and
I
originality.
think I know
That's
just the
too
one you're
nebulous,
after.
Too time-consuming, too inconvenient
He did some
for these executives to
soul
care about.
searching
So they're
at that
probably gonna ship
mansion
yet
on the
another
outskirts of
game
Mousepit.
that players are going to largely ignore because it's not
The
filling
address
the need that they actually
here.
have right
Why,
now. and it's
Cornelius,
also not
you
using
just
an
made
IP
my job a whole
not
lot
of people
easier.
care about.
Well, you did save my life
Man, what
after
happened
all,
to
right?
real leadership? What happened to the
Yeah,
hustlers
more than
and the
once.
sharks that were out there looking for the soft underbelly, who were looking for what everybody else was missing, who were trying to lead instead of follow? Because outside of the first year, if you don't move immediately or make something genuinely new, all you're going to get is diminishing returns. These guys should know this better than anybody else. It's going to be every single release pulling fewer people than the last. They already watched this happen with Battle Royales. They were the reason for it. H1Z into PUBG, and then Fortnite retooled itself on the fly to catch the wave. It kept the building mechanic from when the game was supposed to be a survival title, and that one absurd defining mechanic set it apart from everybody else and helped send them to the top. That was lightning in a bottle, and they caught it right before the Battle Royale interest ever actually peaked. After that, everybody else that followed only got scraps. And scraps is all you're going to get with extraction shooters. These games, by their very nature, just do not have the same pull for the wide audience that a lot of these companies are looking for. If we're just running this by the numbers, Disney invested $1.5 billion into them. They're making 3 games. This is a $500 million game you're making. You're not going to be making that money back. People don't like having their time wasted. This is a genre for sweats, and most people aren't sweats. The only reason that Arc Raiders did as well as it did was because that game was more of a social experience than it was an extraction shooter. And while the game did well for a while, guess what? Lo and behold, it's fallen out of favor. It's lost 80% of its audience because games today, especially live service, people are just getting bored faster with each consecutive release. And all of these games are competing for the exact same attention. I just do not see a universe where a half-baked Disney ripoff of Arc Raiders finds an audience. And as it turns out, well, it's not the only thing that's half-baked. They would go on to write that Epic laid off several employees working on unannounced titles, spurring concerns from 3 former workers that people assigned to work on the Disney collaboration would be asked to adhere to an unrealistic schedule, part of a pattern that 7 current and former employees believe may have contributed to challenges at the company. Epic routinely released products in what some employees called version 0.5, the people said, suggesting that they were only half ready. They would then go on to explain that Epic still likes to point back to Fortnite's pivot into Battle Royale back in 2017, where they turned the game around in just 10 weeks, using that as proof that this strategy works. But man, that's exactly what is wrong with people like this. Something works one time under a very specific set of circumstances, and they start treating it like it's the law of nature. Employees were very quick to point out that this approach does not work the same way basically anywhere else, especially with the Epic Game Store, which they criticized for launching without basic features, still lacking those same basic features even today, and it only being marginally profitable because people are only showing up for free games and leaving. And according to the same reporting, this has now become common practice based on the whims of executives. The AI Darth Vader update and other recent additions were pushed out riddled with bugs, shipped whether they were ready or not, and instead of letting developers actually clean those things up, Epic has been reportedly building a mountain of technical debt by routinely mass deleting the company's backlog of bug reports, even when the issues were never resolved. Epic's head of global communications responded to this by saying, "We explicitly build ambitious things, ship quickly, and improve with time. Moving fast is the optimal trade-off for the kind of games that we're making nowadays. It's normal to close low priority and low impact bug reports without fixing them." It's normal, really. I couldn't tell. I don't think that anybody else could. This drives me insane. Am I the only one that sees the self-defeating spiral here? These guys are going to try to mass-produce games, half-finished games, while mass-deleting their backlog of issues, spending $500 million a game, and then they're going to, when they start getting crushed by the weight of their mistakes, they're going to lay off the people that they need to fix those issues while pinning all of their hopes on Disney, a brand that is basically the most toxic thing in all of entertainment. These guys deserve everything that's coming their way. Everything that's coming their way. This is not going to work. They lucked into the success that they've had, and for nearly a decade, they haven't been able to do a damn thing else. These executives are talking like how this is the solution, or this is the secret to their success. But my question is, where exactly are all of those successes? Because I'm not seeing them. I see a middling storefront. I see an engine that has plagued the industry with performance issues, and I see a nearly decade-old live service game that's losing relevance. So, where are the other games? So that's right, they didn't come out. Unless you're talking about the games that you bought, like Fall Guys and Rocket League. I don't know what's going on here. This is a company that stumbled into such a massive success that it pulled the rest of the industry with them. And they didn't learn a single good lesson from it. Not a single thing. They didn't see, oh, we did something different that made us stand out, that made people want to play our game. No, instead they said, well, we caught a trend and then we did it as quickly as possible. That's why these guys haven't been able to do anything else. They're stuck in that executive mindset where it's all timelines, it's all trends, it's all models and engagement and things of that nature, not actually asking the logical question, which is, why was Fortnite successful at all? This just keeps happening, and it keeps getting worse. And, you know, this is now happening to some of the biggest publishers on the planet in basically every single industry that we're seeing across all of entertainment. And you have all these guys that haven't been able to reiterate on their success or move on from it in a lot of cases. And the word industry has effectively just taken over the industry. That's really what it is. The games industry, the entertainment industry, it's more about the industry itself rather than it is the actual medium that these guys are representing. And the real issue is, it's middle management. It is management that is trying to force outcomes out of a machine that's already broken. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. I haven't really seen too many other people talking about it directly, but it feels like nearly every entertainment industry is in panic mode right now. I think that you can most clearly see it in video games, likely because we're more invested in them and we interact with them a lot more directly, but it's all over movies and television too. We are watching some of the biggest and most successful companies in entertainment execute layoffs at a wild rate while also desperately throwing everything they can at the wall, hoping that something sticks. And the more these guys do it, the more it becomes very obvious that they're not solving any problems, they're just digging their hole even deeper. I mean, Disney, the company that Epic is now pinning their future on, is also cutting staff and talking like these guys are trying to fight to survive. You see this everywhere. Remakes, remasters, live adaptations, sequels, beloved franchises that are getting dug up from the grave again and again because the people that are running these companies just do not seem capable of creating the next thing, only just recycling the last thing that worked. I mean, we are getting a new Lord of the Rings movie, probably an entire full trilogy, and a Harry Potter television show on top of that. And look, I like both of these series, a lot of people do, but nobody is asking for this because these stories themselves are demanding it. No, it's these companies that are trying to bring up familiar brands so it can potentially save them. That's all this is. And everybody knows, everybody can see it, because the goal is not to actually create anything new or anything with originality or even quality for it to stand on its own. No, it's to squeeze more money and more relevance out of something that people already love. And I think that's part of a deeper problem. Entertainment has been industrialized for so long and filled with so many people that have nothing but business logic to be able to offer for so long that a lot of these companies just genuinely do not know how to win people over with originality anymore. They don't know how to build a real audience, so instead, I think these guys are trying to manufacture one. They are fine with making content worse because they are actively trying to lower the bar of expectations for future generations. They mute creative vision, they push more content faster, they spread a net as wide as possible in hopes that the sheer volume is going to just do the job that quality used to do. And yeah, I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, we need to immediately drag this into a culture war territory or something like that. I'm not going to say that none of that stuff exists, but I am going to say that I think the bigger issue is a bit more uglier than that. I don't think that these people are trying to politically reprogram you. I think they're just trying to flatten you into a consumer who will take anything. if the standard gets low enough, then eventually low quality starts feeling normal. Eventually bad starts being good at one point. That's the game these guys are in right now. It's a race to the bottom. And I think a lot of these companies are now finding out that they're going to run out of money a lot faster than you're going to run out of self-respect. All this just feels like unoriginal, untalented, and uncreative people that are forcing themselves way too deep into an industry that they just do not belong in. And because they're not adding anything of value, these guys are just justifying their existence by trying to make themselves more and more central to the process. And the more ingrained these guys get, the more they just destroy everything around them. They're not serving the medium because they can't, so they just start bending everything to be able to make sense to them, and that ends up being some of the most lifeless stuff we could possibly see or play in the case of video games. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of the Phyrexians of Magic the Gathering, the invasive species that looks at life as something that is messy and inefficient, so their answer is to cut pieces off and replace it with metal. They're trying to complete them and call it a blessing, and that's what this feels like. It's improvement, but it's improvement that is just trying to flatten everything, homogenize it, and make it dead inside. And just as similar, it has now become a war of life against the machine that is trying to consume it. And like most stories, life is a chaos that you can't control, and we're seeing that very vividly in the games industry right now. The corporatization of the games industry is actively destroying it. I just don't know what other conclusion that I'm supposed to come to at this point. Every single time one of these executives get in front of the media, it's the same language, it's the same priorities, the same empty obsessions, iterations, speed, investment, engagement. None of this stuff has anything to do with the hobby, the creativity of their developers, or even the customer in a real way. We are barely even a part of the equation. We are not the focus of the outcome. We are just the one thing that they hope falls in place after all of their projections and systems do. And when I hear something like it's normal to not fix bugs, that deleting entire backlogs of unresolved issues is somehow a part of just how they make games today, that's one of the clearest signs of middle management rot that I could possibly
believe what I hear
With
at the
or without
rally.
any context here, this is a company that is telling you that quality is not a priority. User experience is not the priority. They believe that speed matters more than the experience of players or whatever you're going to actually have. And worse, they also believe that they are the arbiters of how much inconvenience, frustration, and broken shit that we are willing to tolerate. That's corporate entropy. That's exactly what this is, and that's what happens when a company, or in this case an entire industry, is getting hijacked by management instead of the people who are actually making games. Notice how none of these conversations have anything to do with game development itself. Just start asking the obvious questions here. Why do they need to release so many games? Why do they need to release them unfinished? Why do they need to release them so quickly? Why are they so desperate to chase trends? Why are they trying to build monetization first and then figure out these games later? Every single question is going to come back to the same answer. It's executive pressure, it's shareholder pressure, it's money over everything. And in an industry like this, that mentality just does not hold up forever. Maybe you get lucky once, maybe you hit the lottery with something like Fortnite, but eventually it's going to catch up to you because your entire way of thinking has nothing to do with creating anything new or even creating something of value or something good. It's all about building systems for revenue. The problem is, those systems don't mean a damn thing if the games underneath them are weak, or better yet,
According to
don't
Corny,
even
the entrance
exist.
should be around
You
here
can see the
somewhere.
same rot everywhere throughout the entire games industry. Games are getting more expensive to make for reasons that barely have anything to do with players or what we actually even care about. It's about prettier graphics or more cinematic presentations, celebrity voice actors, more spectacle, more marketing, more of everything except the part that actually matters most, which is the game itself. So much of modern gaming feels like it's being filtered through what an executive understands, what looks expensive, what sounds expensive, at least in a meeting, what actually helps them sell this illusion of scale to investors, instead of what actually makes people want to sit down and play that game. And I think that's a big part of the reason why so many of these companies are overspending and over-delivering, and then now actually have to lay off and spin their wheels so much. Too much of modern game design feels like it's being shaped by people who understand reading, projections, and optics more than they understand why players actually show up to play a video game. So when their product fails, they don't know how to fix it because, well, they were never actually focused on the right things to begin with. And that's where the broader sense of this desperation starts to creep in, because once that money gets burned on the wrong priorities, the only thing they have left to do is panic. I have come to the sobering realization that many of the brands and franchises and forms of media and whatever else that we grew up with that we thought would stand the test of time are likely not going to be around as long as we probably once
Holy
assumed.
flush.
Because
We're
none of this stuff
moving.
is getting better. That's kind of the whole point of the reason why I was making this video. Usually I try to give the, positive view on some of this stuff, and there is a positive view in some cases, but this is just the definition of insanity. These guys have no idea what they're doing. They don't understand or don't even comprehend the consequences of their actions, especially the long-term consequences of their actions, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And in some cases, at faster and faster rates. These guys are effectively destroying their reputation, but not only just them as a company, but also the products themselves in a lot of cases. This is something that is going to affect future
What exactly were
generations
you up
of
to?
consumers. You have people that are coming up today that are not going to know Bungie for Halo. They're going to know Bungie for Marathon. They're not going to know Blizzard for Warcraft. They're going to know Blizzard for Diablo 4. They're not going to know Lord of the Rings as the greatest trilogy in the history of film. They're going to know it for the Rings of Power or whatever these other garbage movies they're going to put out on. They're not going to know Harry Potter for anything other than being AI-generated brain rot. Going to trip for very few of these companies are actually making anything of value. They're not making anything meaningful, and because of that, they themselves are starting to become meaningless. That's the reason why a lot of these guys are panicking right now. That's the reason why they're trying to do what they are. It's the reason why they're trying to spend as much as they are. Because they think if they throw more monkeys at the problem, then a light bulb will get squeaked in fast enough or something like that. I forgot what the analogy is. I'm terrible with analogies. I just make up my own most of the time. Maybe this is just the natural order of things. And we just really haven't seen much of it through our lifetime, or at least maybe through my lifetime, I guess. But this desperation, I don't think I've really seen it from very many other companies.
Follow the white cable, Jack.
But this could just be the death throes. This could just be evolution taking place in front of us. These guys are scraping and scrounging, trying to find relevance, burning and torching as much money as they possibly can in a feat to be able to achieve it. But it doesn't matter because they lost the ability to create anything new. And because of that, the only people that will succeed, the people that will find success, are the ones that do still create something new. The only thing that makes these guys be able to hold on to any relevance, I think in some cases, and this is probably something that's more true for movies and television than it is for video games, is that they still need the production companies in some cases, the Warner Brothers or the Fox or maybe even Disney in some cases. So these guys will still be able to stick around at least in some fashion, but their own original content will largely just stop existing. The problem for the games industry is, though, they don't need a middleman. They can go right around you. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see where all this is going to go. I did not think things at Epic were this bad. I really didn't. But am I going to act surprised? Absolutely. What do you guys think about all this? Tell me what you guys think about this story. What do you guys think about what's going on with Epic? What's going on with other media and movies and television and music and whatever else? Maybe I'll talk about those kind of things. I'm just kidding. You guys have plenty of people to talk about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm out of here. Stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Catch me in the next one. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe. Peace! Do you just come at the end of the video? You don't even say hi.
Stop that discord! Stop the disharmony! Enter the green! Sing! Come to the void!
Greetings, friends, and welcome to Bangladesh, where today we are searching for the purveyor of this fine textile here, this Baby Gap sweater. I'm here in the industrial district. We're searching